but now it is. There you go.
Oh,
I don't.
well.
It does that sometimes. It starts
Thank you,
and then
Jim Nafis.
unstarts. Thank you.
So,
And fuck you, YouTube. But, no, wait a minute. No, fuck you, OBS Studio. Okay,
so we
I'm done.
did a Friday night. I didn't go to the show because Mike was the other ticket holder with me, and
Okay.
so we missed Sebastian. I went out to dinner with Mark and Maddie, and we went to the after party. And the next morning we woke up and we got in touch with Mike, and Mike was up vomiting all night is the nicest way to say it. So
up chucking.
Mark was supposed to go back home with Matt in the rental truck, but now
So Mark played this one?
yes, he will never.
How'd that happen?
He said he'll never do it again after this. 'Cause it's just
Way too much work for Mark.
I was gonna say the sunstroke, the vomit. What was it?
Right.
the
Yeah.
parking
What
lot
part?
was very gritty is the best way I can describe it. So our equipment got very covered.
It's always gritty.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but this was worse than anything
Scrabble.
you've ever seen.
I had it in my forehead. I know what it's like.
It looked like a lot of people, though.
Not that,
Right,
Jim.
when
this
you
is,
face
This is
plant.
crushed cement in the new
Oh,
lot.
that's great because you can get silicosis. That's even better.
So
But you had a lot of people.
we had a lot of people. For the band, it was a great experience, but it's all the other stuff. So the net result was Mike needed to go home, and Mark was supposed to go home with Matt in the rental truck, but that was now not possible because Mike was going home in the rental truck. So I was kind of forced to drive Mark home.
Okay.
So by the time I got home and got settled and unwound, I was like, I'm not driving back.
Don't
just-
blame you. It's an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on
was
traffic.
2 hours and 15 minutes. And I said, it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon by the time I finally settled down. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going back. And I left in such a rush because I wanted to make sure we were in tandem as vehicles in case something went wrong for Mike.
Yeah.
I left clothes in the drawers.
Yep.
Anything good like
Medication on
How do you
the
fit
counter.
clothes in your drawers?
Because I didn't open up the drawers before we left. I was rushing to get out of there so fast because I was so worried. I left my medications there, so I had to get all my medications re-upped and go to the pharmacy. It was a fucking disaster.
so somebody is in there having a great old party in your
Well,
underwear. and your-
If they have acid reflux, they're doing great.
Yeah, if they, have
they don't
acid-
care. It's all
if they have
placebo
acid-
at
Right.
that point.
If they have acid,
No, that's,
Re-
it sounds like a not a catastrophe, but it sounds like it was a task.
it was a thing, and I was extremely unhappy in the end. So. I got a lot of stuff accomplished at the house over the weekend.
Yeah. No, it all worked out.
There you
just
go.
fine.
Yeah, I
But,
kind of
you know-
shit bricks when I saw you on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I
I was
saying,
cleaning the gutters.
I know, and I'm like, that's not what you do at M3, so I'm confused. But like I was telling Bree, like I don't see anything posted. I don't see any like drunken pictures of Adler passed out in like a
Right.
parking lot
Well,
or anything.
I can't take those of myself anyway.
No, but somebody else would. Like I saw nothing, and I'm like, something's wrong. And then I was outside like tidying up, and I looked over and I saw you in your yard. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Why?
I mean, the after party.
You
was
said you were
fun.
going to be gone all weekend.
I
Damn
had
it!
a great time at the after party the night before, and
Midnight Devils are pretty good, aren't they?
there-
I like them guys.
No, there was no band that I was at karaoke.
Oh, so you didn't go to the Union Jacks or whatever it was?
No, I always go to the hotel.
Lake House?
Yes,
Okay,
I try not to advertise where it's at because I don't know how cool it is to say what's going on there. But
gotcha.
I always go to Lake House. Dana Strum was hanging out. Did not speak with him. I left the guy alone.
That's nice. That's nice of you.
You just
but
walk
there
over
were-
and goose
there
him on
were
the
a
ass
lot
a
of,
little bit.
of people walking through the lobby that night because bands
Oh,
were
yeah.
coming in, and it was just fun. It was a good time while it lasted.
No, I got you.
So I'm to say I'm disappointed is probably the understatement of the year.
Oh, please. Pat, what was your stories?
Yes, please tell me something happy.
Yeah. What
Sure.
happened?
So I had a great time.
Did you
I
lose
went
any
down- I took
underwear?
I basically took off work half a day on Thursday. Went down to the cantina and went to Will Mass's pre-gathering
Yes, I saw
and
that.
saw Babylon Shakes. Hung out with the guys for a little while. Said hello before I headed over to the Reckless Shepherd, so that we could get our sound check and get all set up. But yeah, Babylon Shakes sounded great. Thrill Ride, a good friend of mine, Denny, is the singer for that band. really good band if you get a chance to check them out. They're from Maryland. We're talking about doing a gig together at some point. Headed over to the Shepherd, got everything loaded in, sound check, ended up just kind of like chilling out with the other bands and hanging out for a while, having a couple of beers. You know, I was pre-gaming, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And hanging out with, so I met, you know that band Gunshine?
Yes,
You've seen them on the internet now?
I bought
So-
their record. I play it all the time.
They're really good.
Yeah.
I like that band. And the bass player from the Fifth is the bass player from Gunshine.
Okay.
So we ended up like shooting the breeze. He used my gear that night because he didn't want the Bad Marriage set up their bass gear on the other side of the stage, and he wanted to be stage right rather than stage left. So he played through my stuff. We just kind of like chilled and hung out and got to be friends. You know what I mean? It was pretty cool.
What a great band. They are.
His name's Jake Tripp. Good bass player, good singer, good guy all around, man. Everybody was like super cool. It was a total. I'll tell you what, the Reckless Shepherd was a total A-list night. Everybody was super cool. Everybody brought their A game. Everybody sounded fantastic that I saw. I couldn't hang out too long because I had to work the next day, which really bummed me out. But I had seen the Ratchet Dolls and Midnight Devils the year before when I hung out with and did the All-Star Jam and stuff. Guys are great. Bad Marriage is great. Everybody was super cool. And I really left at like 9:30. Was home by 11:30 and in bed, ready to go to work the next day.
Oh wow! You should have went to work from there.
It's not
I
that
should
far.
have since it's
not
in
that far.
DC,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah.
I didn't want to spend the money, and
Yeah.
I was out early enough and came home and checked everybody out, and everybody was for the one of the rarities is I came in and the entire house was dark. It was like 11:30 at night. Usually the kids are up yelling at their friends online and all this other stuff. Everything was pitch black when I walked in. I'm like, huh, how about that? The one night that I'm not home, everybody actually went to bed.
Right. There you
Thanks
go.
a lot.
Tiptoe.
Yeah.
Don't wake the babies.
All right, he's not here. We don't need to fuck with him, so let's all go
It's
to
nice
bed.
that you had a good experience, dude. I'm
Yeah,
glad to
that's
hear
great.
But we, you know, the guy from Wild Street got up with his guitarist and did an acoustic set just before us. We were the first full band to go up.
I saw that where you were on the list. Yeah.
Yeah, we were the first full band, and it was it reminded me of the old days. You remember when you would play someplace new, and everybody would like hang back, not sure what to expect, and if you're good, everybody comes forward. If the band wasn't so good, everybody just like
They
stayed back
stay
and
at the
hung
bar.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody came forward. Like
That's
second
good.
2 or 3 songs in, everybody was forward and jamming with us and everything. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's so cool. Good weather too on Friday.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. No problem driving. Unfortunately, the drive home sucked because they had construction all over the place. There was
Mhm.
assholes getting in accidents. The drive home took me like 45 minutes to an hour longer than it should have.
Oh,
I should have
wow.
been home by like 11 o'clock. I wasn't home till like quarter of 12.
You were pacing yourself.
Exactly. But no, it was a really good night for the band. I met fans. Oh, this is the coolest part. I met fans from England and Brazil that came up to see us play, and they were there for M3 obviously as well. But the girl from Brazil was like, couldn't believe she was seeing Sick Vicky play live. And she said, if you would have told me 20 years ago I was actually going to see you live, she was up front with her husband singing all the songs.
Oh, that's
She
so
like knew
cool.
like every word. It was awesome.
That's
Good thing
always
it wasn't
cool.
the boys from Brazil.
Why?
Because
What's the difference?
That would be Hitler clones.
The boys are back in town.
Yeah. The chance is better if in Brazil that it was maybe a lady boy. So either way, you're kind of
No, we're not talking Thailand.
I know. I'm just using a generic term because if I say
Yeah.
tranny, Paul gets upset.
Yeah.
Well,
Well-
I have a AODE in my car, I believe.
What's that?
Transmission.
Oh.
Ah, see, I see what you did there. No one else did, but I got you.
Yeah, I'm totally. Yeah.
Ah,
Well, that was great. Good experience.
Yeah, it was
Fun
awesome,
times.
and hopefully, like I said, maybe we'll do it again next year. I know that they try and change bands out.
Yeah, he
So
likes
we'll
to
see.
do a different, fresh slate every year.
yeah. Next year, I
Yeah.
heard they're doing Menudo.
Oh, really?
Well, you know what? The Ratchet Dolls and Midnight Devils were there last year and this year as well. Hopefully, maybe they'll swap them out and we'll come in as our second year. You know.
Yeah.
If not, I'm shooting higher. I'd love to get on the main stage, honestly, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'll get voted in.
Working on it.
There's
Yeah, they have
always
the
a vote
poll out.
every year.
The poll
Yeah,
is
and
out.
It's already out.
There's 2 polls. There's one from the
Oh.
festival directly,
And they don't do shit.
and there's one from the N3 Rockers. Of course.
Okay.
It's bullshit. It's no. I protest.
Oh, because you think it's rigged.
Everything's well, not everything's rigged.
That's how.
But I've seen the polls, and I don't think I've seen when you guys always rank really high in that and don't get in. Other bands rank higher up in it, and they don't get in. It's just whoever is available and they can get. And
It's a political machine, Jim.
It is.
I hate that.
Hey, you had a couple of tribute/cover bands on the main stage on Friday, right?
I wouldn't know.
He didn't
Oh,
get
you didn't go.
inside.
Well, there were a couple of tribute/main. I think it was Snake Oil and Icons of Rock or something like that.
I saw pictures. There was a guy dressed up as Paul Stanley.
My God, you didn't.
Yeah.
That's right. You didn't even get in there, did you?
I didn't walk 1 foot inside that fucking facility.
No, he didn't get inside.
So
Wow.
anyway,
He's not
How
angry.
do you really feel?
Yeah.
Not even just the tip, huh?
Not
no,
even the tip.
I didn't even get to brush the opening.
Nope.
Didn't even wet my dick.
You didn't even smack the gate.
No. God damn it.
Didn't get searched. Nothing.
I got dirty in the parking lot.
Right.
Oh my!
And
Like driving home with a grit in your teeth.
I had to take my entire pedal board apart.
But you do that every year, man.
No, this
Right.
was worse than anything.
The first year I remember you came home and there was like that fucking
Well,
girl was all in it.
No,
we
this
we
was
threw
the
stuff
worst.
away
Yeah.
last year.
We did.
threw stuff away.
That's how bad it was.
That's how bad it was
it's,
last
it's,
Oh, wow.
this- it's like a it's
It's
a
pouring
fine
rain.
powder.
It's-
yeah.
yeah.
It's crushed. Yeah, it's terrible.
So I said if we ever go back, I want us to set up in the grass if that's possible. And we have to figure something out because
Or just get a carpet remnant, a really big one.
it doesn't matter. We had carpets down. It didn't matter. The dust is just kicked up and
No. All the people dancing and stuff.
there's a bit of that.
Yeah.
And
Dancing and drinking
it's
goes well together.
I mean, I didn't even get drunk. I had like 4 beers and
All right, now you're making me sad.
I behaved too. I had like 2 beers and then I drove home.
I ended up having to drive.
That
my
sucks,
designated driver, he was down for the count, the poor bastard. It's whatever. It's
So Mike drove home all fucked up by himself in that derelict. Did he
No.
have a
no,
U-Haul?
no.
or-
We rented
No.
a U-Haul.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Matt, I think, drove the truck back,
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
and
That'd be fucking
supposedly there was room for Mark to get in there, but again, Mike was not in the condition you'd probably want to be like either.
cool. I would sit in the back.
There is no back. It's a rental.
Yeah, it was
truck.
a U-Haul.
That's the whole point of having a back, though.
There was no room in
You
there.
can't ride in
You-
the back of a U-Haul, Jim.
I have.
It
If
was
you
packed.
get into an accident, it's just called dead.
My friend was moving.
You would not want to listen, dude.
No,
It was-
let me
It was
explain.
packed with staging
Oh, I
equipment.
know. My friend was moving, and before we filled it, I was in the back because there was only 2 seats, and then I dragged my one friend back, and I kept throwing him against the back gate, like trying to scare him that it was going to open and kill him.
Listen, I saw Home Alone.
Okay, I didn't because
What's
that's fucking
They
awful.
they drove around in a U-Haul van.
But we were just like throwing
Oompa
each other
Loompa
around
band.
the walls, and then when we filled it, I had to sit in the back in all the shit. And at one point, like there was like this, everything fell on top of me, and I was like so tired. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just sleep
Oh my
under
gosh.
a pile of somebody's shit. I don't
You
care.
know what was really cool was the Reckless Shepherd has a really nice video wall, and the logo looked freaking stellar on it.
Oh,
And even the
yeah,
even the
the
LD,
year
the
we-
lighting director came. What's that?
The
Wait a
year
minute,
we-
was it better than that?
The year we were there, they didn't use the actual band's logos. They made up their own logos, which that kind of sucked. But yeah, it's a cool screen.
Yeah. Well, we had the LD there, or the lighting director. As
Oh, I
we'll
thought you
call
meant
him, because-
something totally different. Sorry.
Yeah. I figured as much.
Yeah.
For you non-broadcast folks, but he was like, I wish all my logos looked like this because I gave him a logo. He said, "This thing's freaking huge," and he had to shrink it down to make it make it work on the thing. But it was so crisp.
Thank you.
So here,
Yeah, I did say. I did. He said it's so huge. I said thank you very much. And it was
get that a lot.
it looked
Thank you.
really sharp on the wall, which was cool.
so I found the scene. This is the.
Oh
there, you know-
yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so that
Where
was
they're sitting in the back.
the back of the rental truck.
Yeah.
Can't believe
I
you watched
remember
that
that
piece of
now.
shit.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
It's
a great
good movie. I just watched it Christmas this year.
Kevin
again.
Smith told me.
Jim, what is wrong with you?
I don't know. It's all that taste I have. You know I don't get along with
Well,
children
that's
anyway.
good, Pat.
No,
I
you're
mean, you
not
had
good with
24 hours, but it sounds like you had a really good 24 hours. That's good.
Yeah, actually it was more like 12. I got down there at noon and left. I was home by midnight.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a lot. Lot of.
But yeah, like I said, I got to hang at the cantina and with all the guys that were there. They all came over to the Shepherd after and saw us play, which was cool.
Oh.
Oh, here's our guest.
What's up?
Or should I
buddy?
get off and let your guest on?
He doesn't
on.
say much except the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Ours does
funny.
that usually at 2, 3:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
ours
get a
is
bit of that,
4:30.
yeah.
4:30, 5:30. Yeah.
So it happens.
Yeah. Little memes.
She hasn't brought anything bloody and big, bleeding from arterial wounds lately. So that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Franklin
Hey.
tried to bring a little bunny in the house the other day.
There you go. I sent it to you, Jimmy.
No, nice, nice. Let me see. Let me get that up there. Let me get that.
Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry.
I don't know how to get that over there.
How do I do it?
There's a lot of it's a lot of work.
Oh, see, they used your logo. That's cool.
Yeah, it's the one we had built, and like I said, it's really high res, so it looks great.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Keep talking.
Other than the guy standing between the S and the I.
It looks like it's part of the whole thing, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Oh my.
Oh my!
So
There,
I
yeah.
think it's up there now. So there you go.
Yeah, that does look good.
That looks good. It's a great stage. I love playing there. I had a great time there.
It's a good place, man.
Yeah,
That's my
everybody
second
there is
time playing
nice.
there.
It's a pretty cool place to play. Oh, Joby just came in and said hello and goodbye. He said he'll see me
What up?
Saturday because I'll be
Are
playing.
you at Screwball Saturday?
I am at McStew's on Saturday with Bob
Wow.
Chavis on vocals.
And Screwballs is the following week, right?
That's the 24th. The following week, I'm playing with
Oh,
Instinct.
you know what? I have a party that I'm supposed to go to on the 24th, but maybe I'll catch you on my way home because it's out in like Doylestown.
That's sort of on the way home. It depends on how you drive.
Doylestown? What the hell? The party in Doylestown?
I went to a party in Doylestown.
My,
that
my
was
singer
pretty
lives there.
Oh, Doylestown.
good. No, Doylestown's very. It's very hip
Not where
now.
I used to work.
Yeah, it is.
It's hopping, man.
It's
They,
nice.
they packed when we play the Puck live there. It's packed. It's a cool little joint.
David plays there all the time. He likes it there.
You play the Puck?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good place.
What the hell?
he
Did
just
you go with the
finished up
sound?
his WMMR residency, so to speak. He was the band of the month for
Nice.
the month of April.
Just a
and
month?
It's just a month.
Uh,
And every Wednesday, Brent Porsche would play a different song from his band, and then that band is called Studweiser.
Come here.
The night's just getting out of control here with the cats screaming and oh god.
there's a lot of stuff going on.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, so my M3 weekend that I thought I was going to have was not the M3 weekend that I did have.
Mm.
To sum it up, it was.
But it wasn't. It sounds like it was.
But
Wasn't
the gig
awful,
was.
but
the,
it wasn't
the
great.
gig was great. You know what I
Say
mean?
hi.
The gig was fantastic.
Yeah.
We had a really good crowd. We had a lot of good response. I mean, the band we had Tip Jar out this year, and I have to give kudos to the M3 Rockers support group. We had over $500 in tips.
Oh, good.
Which was just fantastic.
Well,
and
because you're basically playing for free. You're renting a truck. You're bringing a PA.
Correct.
You're playing for a couple of hours. A few $100s helps out a lot.
It definitely takes a dent out of it.
Yeah.
You know, luckily Mike has a lot of the staging, but we had to, you know, he rebuilt a lot of the staging. We brought it down and set it up.
Did you wear the garter on your leg like I said?
I did,
Did that
but I
happen?
wore long pants and nobody saw it.
Oh, that yeah. God, we talked about this.
I did get a tattoo, but I took it off on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just one of the rub-on ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I used a magic
He was
eraser
a,
to take
he's
it
a
off.
henna boy.
Don't ever do that.
Oh, don't even talk to me about those things.
It did
It
damage.
ruins a lot of
It
stuff.
ruined my
Yeah.
skin.
My my brother-in-law came up with his family, and we're staying in our old house, and he had magic erasers, and he just took like a Sharpie, and he's like, check this out, and he drew on my wall. And I'm like, the fuck are you doing?
No problem.
And he's like, no,
I've
look.
got a magic
And
eraser.
he used the magic eraser, and about 98% came off. And I'm like, hey, fucktard, you do know that that's pumice, and you're just tearing off the paint.
Right.
And yeah, I know I'm popping. I'm pissed off.
You are popping.
Very angry.
Poppy.
It's like popping.
It's a poppin'
Calm
Perry.
down, Poppy.
Then he went upstairs and said, can I borrow your computer? And 20 minutes later, it was dead.
I don't think I'm gonna invite him over anymore.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore.
He might
think
pop
you-
you.
Right?
Poppin'
I think
Perry.
you should move with no forwarding address.
He's the guy, when I proposed to my wife, he just saw, like, her crying and me standing there like,
Wasn't that last week?
yeah. And he thought I'd done something horrible.
Oh my god.
How's that lawn chair, Jim?
Which one? You know, I don't know if you saw that. Like we have those metal chairs out front. We have 4 of them. 2 out front. We had 2 in the back, and they're aluminum chairs. They were like one of the first things we ever bought. We had them forever, and
Well, you have priorities.
yeah. And so I was sitting outside on one of them, and these things have been out in the weather since 2000.
So they're really nice and soft.
No, they're not at all. But I was sitting out there the other day, and I was just sitting there reading, and I'm doing this, like rocking it really
no.
hard,
Oh.
and the weld gave way. And I was like, and I looked at it, it was all rusted through. There was like nothing left.
I
Yeah.
thought they were out.
You
in the
didn't
room
get a
with
pipe up your ass, did you?
No, but it wound up like I wound up coming down.
That would
like-
explain some things, honestly.
I came down on my shins, and my knees were just like, yo, motherfucker, we're not doing this anymore. And I'm like in so much pain, but like there are people watching, and I'm like,
Trying to be cool.
yo, everything's good. I meant to do that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I need a beer.
I'm going to go inside now. That's not me crying. Just ignore me.
Trash pickup.
It's like one time I went skating with like the same family I was talking about. Like we all went, Bree's sister and her family, we went skating, and I was just pretending like I was like drunk skating. So I'm just like, doing all kinds of stupid stuff.
You were pretending?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I caught some, like, if it's when I used to work at an ice rink, like you have to get the bumps. It rains, like, so I hit it and I fell to my knees and I got back up. And when you play hockey, you fall on your knees and elbows. It's fine. But when you're just some idiot and you're at a public skate and you fall on your knees, it's excruciatingly painful.
Because you have no pads.
Nothing, no. And I hit my knees and I stood right up, and I was there, and her sister was there, like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm in so much pain.
You get home and you're like,
Yeah, I'm fine. I need a cortisone shot, though.
Yeah. At that point, no. I mean, that point, that was just like a minor note in the symphony of pain from stuff going on. It's no big deal, but yeah. Now it's like I go down the stairs in the morning. I'm like, why do I have to think about this?
yeah, that's like us, with everything that we were doing over the weekend, our backs were going out. So every time we would get in the car to go Home Depot or shopping or something, it was just, we would both groan as we were trying to get into our car seat, like getting into the seat or getting out of the seat or getting up the stairs or going, bending over. Like
So
he ran over to
here's-
help a woman
here-
and he was like,
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if I'm going to get back up off the floor now.
So
Oh, that was me on Saturday. I had to go get like 20 bags of gardening soil to plant everything, and I had to haul them all from my car into the backyard.
Yeah.
I don't have a wheelbarrow.
Why are you
I
buying
carried
dirt?
them.
You know the planet's made of dirt, right?
I'll lend
Yeah.
you my wheelbarrow.
My neighbor's got tons of dirt. I just
I
take
got
it
to come
from
pick
him.
it up.
So I
buy
started.
one.
This is how my weekend started. So last Thursday, I went to Mike's house. We loaded the truck up for 2.5 hours, and then the next morning we drove down to Maryland to the parking lot. We unloaded the truck. We set up everything. Yeah, it's a little bit of work.
It's what you do, yeah.
Played the show, broke
you
everything
wet?
down, loaded everything.
Hey, don't be gross.
We were wet because it did rain for 15 minutes.
I was gonna say it rained for a little bit. I saw.
Loaded everything into the truck. Went to the hotel. The next day, left for obvious reasons that I explained. Came home,
Yep.
climbed up on the roof, and cleaned the gutters out with Nance. We're
See, I don't do that. I made a
What's that?
hook.
Yeah, we should have asked you. Because I mean,
I was using a candy
It's not
cane
safe
from
for us.
Christmas, but I had a hanger when the candy cane broke. But now I went out the other day and took a piece of PVC pipe and just heat and bend it into
get a little bend.
and then I just put it on the end of my expandable thing, and I'm just like,
Well, we have gutter
there you
guards
are.
that have failed.
they don't work worth a shit. We had those.
yeah,
in the
we're gonna
80s.
have to
So we
get
had a-
new
we
ones.
had
My
a-
father was like, "We're done."
We had a
cleaning the
gutter
gutters."
guards,
Bullshit.
and they had a mesh on them.
Yeah,
And it
doesn't work.
seems as though the birds have taken all the mesh off to build their nests, at least on half the roof.
or,
Thanks,
or
birds.
just enough little like tiny bits of shit get in, and then that tiny bits of shit become clumps of shit that get bigger and bigger.
Well,
until-
we our trees just have all these helicopter seeds.
is it your tree?
It's our tree.
We have 3 back here. And
Yeah,
then
so
we have,
we're
Damn
the
it! I was
one-
trying to figure out where that was coming
We're
from.
the ones
and we
to
have
blame
mini
for the
helicopters
helicopters.
in the front.
Yeah.
Oh, like Robinson R22s.
I hate
have-
helicopters.
We have,
Yeah.
maples, and that's what they
Oh,
do.
Yeah.
So many.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I actually went down because it was going to storm. I went down our sidewalk and over next doors to clean up all the helicopters out of the street.
Yeah, she cleaned up Bob's
I
helicopters.
cleaned up all of our helicopters. So then I'm like, all I could think was the storm with the water and then clogging the end of the street's
That's
storm
somebody else's
drain.
problem.
And then it was going to be somebody's problem at their home. So I was like, I'm just
No,
gonna
it's going in
clean
the
up.
ocean, and then it's going to be India's
I'm
problem.
going to clean
Where did
up.
we get these maple trees from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adler's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking with Pakistan. It's all
Jasper.
good.
Yeah.
Williams.
No, but
Williams.
I got it all. It felt
Williams.
good to get it all cleaned up. Yeah, it was nice.
That's how I feel after I shave.
What?
He may be alive. Fears will get.
That's weird.
Yeah, but we just did a lot of work
It's a
and
lot of work, and then we went to the kibitz room, and then the next night we did something we haven't done in a long time. We decided.
Hey, it's a family show, dude.
Oh well, we did that. No,
no, that was before.
that was like 6 years before. We went over to Bahama Breeze.
Yeah. Oh, we
Oh,
had
wow.
a fabulous
I like it there.
drink.
That place
Every
is
once in
great.
a while, it's good.
We had ribs that were just
They were
really,
really good.
delicious.
What do you
Yeah.
get, Prussia?
Cow, human, pork.
They-
what?
They
it
were
was
human.
pork.
Human,
It was
good,
pork. And in fact, we couldn't even finish that meal. We brought half of that home.
That was lunch.
You guys do a
but
lot of half
Dinner.
meals.
the
man.
drink, it was a coconut mojito.
That
it
was
was
good.
so delicious. I could go there
So like
just
a
to get a
mojito
drink
with like Coco Lopez in it?
Now I used to go there
with coconut rum and coconut water or something.
Okay.
It was really good.
I would meet you there for a drink. I like that place.
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
that place.
Okay,
we'll let you know the next
18
time we
years
go.
ago, when I was a rep for my last company, there was a company I
Mimi.
rep to, obviously, and they liked going to Bahama Breeze.
Yeah,
so
a lot of places used to. Where I worked did happy hours there.
So we used to go for happy hour. You know, I would cover the bill, of course, and we spent many happy hours there.
That's a great place.
And I haven't been there in a long time. And when my father used to come to town before he passed away, he liked going there. He just
See,
liked
my dad
the whole
wouldn't go
feel.
there. It's too ethnic for him.
Really?
Here's a story for you. When
He's
we
a
first
huge racist.
Oh,
when we first did the CDs, Paul,
yeah.
I met Richie there because we had to send a bunch of signed ones out.
So you sat at the bar and signed CDs?
Yep.
Man, well, you know,
Nice.
you got to do what you got to do.
Yep. We had a couple beers, signed a bunch of CDs, and then we were able to send them out back to the record company.
I mean, it was a good meal. I was surprised.
It's good stuff there. That's a good place. And it's not. It's funny because it's not as expensive as all the other crazy shit.
And
you can
there's
find.
some circus across the street where the J.C. Penney used to be.
Oh yeah. They
Oh yeah, that
Flip-
outdoor
flip
playground thing that
circus.
they do.
Flip circus. It
I
says.
think I thought you were talking about Martin Lockheed.
No.
No. It's on some outdoor playground.
Yeah, they
Interestingly,
they put that up every year.
Martin
now.
Lockheed put a fence around the entire perimeter. You cannot drive through the property anymore.
Well, you remember when we were doing the Jim's Life thing, and I told you I took a date through a sewer.
Was it there?
It was there because we were coming back from a movie. We were walking home from the Plaza Theater when it was over at
I know exactly.
the
Where,
mall.
yeah.
and it was like it was like Bree, myself, and a friend of ours, and we're walking back, and there was like helicopter hovering around the turnpike. So I was like, "Oh, what's going on there? Want to go try it?" Okay. So we walk through, and we used to ride our bikes up there when it was GE, and there were guys with M16s. They just wave at you like there was a lot of security, but they didn't care so much. So we went up there, and we're walking around the place. We're trying to get over to the turnpike. And we came around a corner, and like Bree and my friend John are talking to each other. We come around a corner, and it's like we walked up on the base from Close Encounters. Like it was just gates, lights, guards, trucks, and I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, what's up?" I'm like, "We need to fucking leave right now." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "We need to." And I'm looking around. I see like security trucks firing up, like the lights going. I'm like, "We need to go. Come with me right now. We got to go." And we went through like a sewer to get out of the property, get away from them. Yeah. They're not as cool as they used to be. We used to go because they had like little radar dishes right along the turnpike. So we used to like ride our bikes around. The guys.
There's
the
like an
guns would
auxiliary parking lot there now of some
yeah,
sort.
we used to go down there and like we would lay on top of the dishes and bang on them, and be like, "Hello, hello."
E.T. found home.
Yeah, we were kind of idiots, but nobody.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Right.
Send your women. Mars needs them. Stuff like that.
You want to answer that?
That's funny.
What are you doing?
All right, kids, I'm gonna bail. I gotta go learn. I got the new cover project. I got about 6 or 8 songs I gotta learn by Thursday, so I'm just gonna go run through those things.
Hi, dude. Thanks for showing up.
Enjoy.
Man. Thanks for hanging out. Tell us
Always a
about
pleasure.
Your wonderful time at M3.
Fight me.
Oh no.
Easy.
I don't want to bite you.
Okay.
We'll
That's
let
somebody
you
else's
know the next
job.
time we go to Bahama Breeze for a drink.
Yeah, let me know. I'll drive up. 20 minutes.
Just schedule it.
Could
Yeah.
be Friday night at this point.
There you go. That works.
I'm good. Let me know.
Yeah, we don't have any plans at this point.
Works for
Yeah,
me.
that sounds good.
All right, dude.
All right,
take
cool.
care.
Catch you guys later.
See you,
Watch
man.
out for that F sharp.
Yeah.
So sweet. So that works.
Yeah. Finally,
this
we
is
we
one of
we
the
able to
worst
take a good
beer
call.
I've ever had.
What the beer that you had?
Yingling
just did-
Premium Light.
See, now I never gave my rating.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
yeah,
I'm
did
sitting
you?
here with Excel open. What's going
Oh.
on?
I'm gonna give it.
I
an,
gave
I'm gonna
mine.
give it an 8 as well.
All right, so 8
Yeah,
across the
I-
board.
I-
Nice.
I do like this. I think that I would get tired of it after a while.
A lot of heavier stuff like
Yeah,
this. Yeah, you get
but
tired.
I definitely could drink. Well, definitely.
I'm good
gonna
for the
drink.
brown stuff. The brown beers are my favorite.
Yeah.
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 Brown or amber or red. I like that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
But this is shit. Yingling Premium Light is shit, man. It's like Coors Light.
Hmm.
Ugh. But I have a case of it, so I got to drink it.
You bought a case, and was that knowing before that?
It was shit.
Yeah.
No, I thought the word premium confused me.
Oh, you're getting fooled by those words, right?
I know it's that
Like
English
famous
that-
and
yeah.
world class.
World class.
I should have never gotten that English degree.
I'm not.
Just confuses me so much.
Yeah. So did you
Oh, Ted, you
prepare
don't.
Florida Man?
I did, yeah.
All right.
All right. Hey, I
a Florida man?
sent Jim some Florida material this
Did
week.
you? Is it on there?
It's not. What you did?
Yeah.
It was a video of people
Oh,
in Florida
that thing.
doing
Yeah, that's
stupid
not on there.
things.
Yeah, that was just
Yeah.
terrible videos of. The one I still like the first one. The woman just like diving down a water slide and like missing 3/4 of it and just slamming into the bottom. It's like Floridians don't understand gravity or
Oh,
he's back.
Physics or
Franklin,
salt.
you had your snack.
What's with
What
this
is
cat,
the
man?
Deal?
But,
What is the deal, buddy?
I was trying to mess around with some new Florida Man themes, but I don't know. Do we ever play the whole theme?
I don't know.
Let's put the theme
I
on.
don't know.
You gonna sing, Franklin?
Florida man does whatever a Florida man can. Have a job, probably not. Why is that? He's a freak. Look out, here comes the Florida man. Is he drunk? Listen, bud, he's got more alcohol than blood. What's he drink? Turpentine. Jesus Christ, he's probably blind. Hey there goes a Florida man at a taco stand in a puddle of puke with a beer in hand. He smells just like a dead fluke. Florida
I was working when I wrote this. I'm really sorry.
Fucked up, stanky ass Florida man. Wealth and fame, he's passed out. Liquor is his reward to him. Life is a great big stank up. Wherever there's a drink up, you'll find the Florida man.
Breakdown.
Jesus Christ, enough.
You're
of that.
really not a fan of Florida, huh?
I've lived there, so no, I'm not. So I hated living there. You know what really pissed me off about Florida too? My parents told people they went there because of me.
What?
Because,
You were a child.
because they said, "Well, you have asthma." I'm like, "I don't have asthma." Mom
Going
smokes.
there, how does
That's
that make
not gonna help
asthma
asthma.
better?
No, mom smokes in the house, and there's no oxygen.
Now, if
That's
you had,
how I
if
got
you had
asthma.
moved to
Yeah.
Phoenix, Arizona,
Yeah.
potentially,
You know, like follow Doc Holliday. That would have been one thing.
Palm Springs is very friendly.
Well, we lived
for
in
that.
Palm Springs. It was Palm Springs, fucking Florida, which was a
Oh,
shithole.
so they didn't know their geography.
No, my sister once, she was working for a travel agency and she was going to Texas. She goes, I can't wait to see the Rockies. Yeah. Fucking
Oh.
idiots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyhow. All right, so again, 5 of these are real. One of them ain't.
Ain't.
In the parlance of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, Florida man calls Noah about aliens fornicating in a cloud over his
Noah.
house. Florida woman who repeatedly stabbed sister with an EpiPen said it was because she was allergic to drunks. Florida man charged with breach of peace after allegedly threatening to unleash turtle army on the public, disrupting a police station and cursing at 7-Eleven customers. Give me a minute.
Oh, it's contagious.
Yeah, it's tough.
I got my turtles. Don't you wait.
They ain't ninja, but still. Florida man charged with disorderly intoxication after allegedly shoveling spaghetti into his face and threatening employees. Florida woman claims wind blew cocaine into her purse. Florida man
Makes
worried
sense.
about vampires burns down his house, police say. So I have to keep this up, so check the feed there, see if anybody has any answers. But yeah, what do you think? NOAA, by the way, if anyone's Googling it, that's the National Weather Service.
I'm going to say number 4 just because it's the only one that,
It mentions spaghetti.
yeah.
What?
Franklin's saying, meow.
I'm going to say 1.
1? Okay.
I thought about that,
I'm going to say 1.
but I always say things like that.
Come here.
Okay. So, anybody else? Anything?
There's nothing.
All right, good. All right. So, yeah, a guy did burn his house down because there were vampires.
Well, I would.
Sure.
Sure.
A woman did stab her sister repeatedly because she was allergic to drunks. The turtle army thing is actually real, to my horror.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
I was really hoping that was the fake one.
Yeah.
I'm going to get these turtles and I'm unleashed.
Florida
everybody.
woman actually did claim that the
I
women
knew
blew
that
cocaine
was real.
brokers.
I just had a feeling.
And this one is real as well. The spaghetti thing is real.
I am
So
so
you
good
got it.
at this
You
game.
are very good at this.
You know what was the dead giveaway? I just realized I used the word fornicating.
Fornicating.
And that never is used in Florida. This is my fault.
That's too big of a word.
It's way too many syllables, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
If I'd said fucking, even that would have given away. But I don't know. But there you go. There's Florida man.
I
Yeah.
have a special message from Uncle Ronnie.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
See if we can get him to come on the air here, and
We're doing that?
I'm doing it. See if I can do it without screwing
I used
it
to have
up.
a Ronnie puppet, and it got all fucked up, and I got really upset. I've
One
tried to
says,
replace it.
let's impose tariffs on foreign imports. It looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time. What eventually occurs is, first, homegrown industries start relying on government protection in the form of high tariffs. They stop competing and stop making the innovative management and technological changes they need to succeed in world markets. And then, while all this is going on, something even worse occurs. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. The result is more and more tariffs, higher and higher trade barriers, and less competition. So soon, because of the prices made artificially high by tariffs that subsidize inefficiency and poor management, people stop buying. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs. The memory of all this occurring back in the 30s made me determined when I came to Washington to spare the American people the protectionist legislation that destroys prosperity. Now, it hasn't always been easy. There are those in the Congress, just as there were back in the 30s, who want to go for the quick political advantage, who risk America's prosperity for the sake of a short-term appeal to some special interest group, who forget that more than 5 million American jobs are directly tied to the foreign export business, and additional millions are tied to imports. For those of us who lived through the Great Depression, the memory of the suffering it caused is deep and searing. And today, many economic analysts and historians argue that high tariff legislation passed back in that period, called the Smoot-Hawley Tariff, greatly deepened the Depression and prevented economic recovery.
I love Ron.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So, okay. So,
Anyway.
half the people are gone.
Yeah, I know that
Right.
it's affecting our work. So
It's affecting
yeah.
my work.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
weird. It's doing like I work for a financial company, and we're just like, the fuck, man. Like we're like,
Well, it makes it unstable. and
yeah, it's doing
uncertain
weird shit,
and
and
stocks
like,
are
We're
all over
having
the
we're having a
place
lot of
and-
uncertainty, and our business is changing as a result of it. And you know,
I had to go and buy tea today, and I had to trade opium for it. So we're back to the 1800s.
wow.
Okay. Oh wow.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I hated that. Yeah, I didn't have the silver, so I
You know
had
what
to
happens when
take
that
the
happens?
opium and trade that for silver, and use silver to buy the tea.
There you go.
Fucking drives me crazy.
My goodness.
You see, at
Oh.
Did you do your
Oh, you want to do me?
yeah.
You want to do the
Yeah,
the fuck, Jim?
that one?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, let's see. I have one of these, I think. Boom. Okay, same as Florida, man. But this is me. These are 5 things I actually did and 1 thing I didn't. So, loudly challenged a kid to fight in the middle of Spanish class.
In
Accidentally.
Spanish?
No, it was in English. I didn't know how to say "get up, you piece of shit, fucking pussy" in Spanish. 'Cause we never
Pendejo.
No, that's not the same. We didn't cover that. Accidentally reset my unbroken nose. Wore roller skates to my last day working at the mall. Walked into class in high school, found an AK-47 and RPG-9 on my desk. Broke a laptop over my knee in frustration. Received 9 stitches trying to mail a letter.
Okay, I'm going to go with number 4 because I would think that would have made the news. But then again, you went to Upper Merion.
No, I went to Carroll.
Oh, Archbishop.
Archbishop Carroll.
They probably covered that up.
Oh.
I always like it when I make women do that. I feel good. Yeah, this is harder than Florida, man, because
it is harder.
I'm way more fucked up than those people.
But yet you were from there at some point.
I went there for a while.
Technically, you're part of the. I'm sorry, Jim.
So I want to say 4 as well, because it is, but it's almost so outlandish that I just feel it's right. Like, it's real.
You've met me.
This is, I'm going to say 5.
Okay.
I'm going to say 5.
Okay.
And you're saying what?
He's saying 4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. So I did the first stitches I ever received were trying to mail a letter.
Were you like using one of those tape rollers that have the teeth? And
my dad asked me to mail a letter. Or the mailbox was outside the front of our house when I was 4 or 5. I think I was 5. But as he was handing it to me, my sister grabbed it and ran out, and I chased her. And there were 2 doors. We had a vestibule.
Mm-hmm.
And she slammed the one door in my face as I was reaching for it, and the glass.
Oh.
My hand went through the plate glass. So,
nice.
Yeah, still have it. See? Nasty. And then one's right on my ring finger, which is really fucking uncomfortable.
Attractive.
I did accidentally set my own broken
John
nose.
Michael. Wow.
Yo.
How you doing, buddy?
I did loudly challenge a kid to fight in the middle of Spanish class.
Yeah,
See,
I knew
I
that
believe
was real.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's oddly related to this one. That was the same day. So
Should have been on the news.
my teacher had a Sandinista in class or something. So does she do a twofer? Yes, she does.
I'm so good at this game.
Well, that's because that's the least weird fucking
Right.
thing
Well,
in the whole
and
list.
2, you would be a fool if you took a laptop that costs a lot of money
See, I
and
could see him
broke
doing
it.
that.
Oh no, I have broken them, but not like that.
Yeah,
not like This was somebody, a guy I knew at work did.
Wasn't
this.
mine.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
mine, but I've
Yeah.
never broken one over my knee. I have taken one and set it on fire.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's just because I wanted to see what it would do, like how it would suffer. So I hooked it up to a monitor and just watched. So that was fun. There we go.
All right. Well, we learn more and more every week.
Yeah, it's kind of terrifying, isn't it?
What the fuck?
So.
Oh my gosh. So what's going on as far as promotions and stuff? What's
Not a
happening?
lot. This week, I'm playing at McStew's on Saturday night with Old School with Bob Chavis on vocals. And that is it. The following week, though, I am with Instinct, and we will be doing a special event. I'll pull it up here. Let's see if I can get it up here on the
You
screen.
don't even remember.
Well, I never get the name right. There's 2 different names.
Oh my god! All right, while you're doing that, I'm going to get rid of some of this ballast.
Can't remember which one it is. There's 2 different names. So
Name of the venue? Or?
yeah, the event. It's I get it confused, and it's Bill Fest this year. Last year we did Dave Fest. This year we're doing Bill Fest.
Okay, and where's this?
It's somewhere in Warminster or something. Let's see. It's in Warrington, Pennsylvania. It's at 2865 Pickertown Road. It's a compound. It's a BYO chair, bonfire games, live music featuring Instinct, the program, and many other bands. And the festivities begin sometime in the afternoon. I think we're going on around 9 o'clock or something. Excuse me, my phone's not buzzing.
No, it's
So
Jim.
it should be a good time. I don't know.
And then you play next week?
That is next week, right? Next week's the 17th, I think.
Oh, well.
Is it not?
Oh, that's right. You were saying this week you play Saturday.
Is next week the 17th? I have to check the calendar.
I don't know.
Yeah, next week's the 17th.
Okay.
So the 10th I'm playing at McStew's. And the 17th, I'm doing the Bill Fest thing. And then the 24th, I'm doing Old School at Screwballs. So it's Old School, Instinct, Old School.
Gotcha.
And then I chill for a weekend, and then the onslaught begins.
Okay. So you
'Cause
have a
for
busy.
the month of June
June.
is a very, very busy month for Old School.
Nice.
And we have some surprises coming up in that. So we're kicking off the month on June 6th. We'll be at Stray Dog Tavern. It's our debut at Stray Dog. It's an outdoor venue up in what is it, Kimberton? I think that's what they call that.
I think so.
Is
Yeah.
it Kimberton? I don't know. Where is that?
Let me look it up.
163.
That doesn't sound.
No,
like
that's
Kimberton.
not Kimberton. I'm getting
Skip
it all
back.
Skip back. Yeah, I know it was.
So you're
one.
going to see Carla.
Yes.
Sweet.
The long-awaited reunion, and then the 7th, we're gonna the band is gonna be playing at the Vietnam Veterans event in Levittown, and we will have Dave McGuire on vocals by himself. It's the Falls Township Vietnam Vet Show, and then we play Screwballs on the 14th of June. Then we do the Bridgeport Festival, June 18th.
Festival fair. What is it?
Fair or something. It's a Wednesday night or something.
What day is that?
Wednesday, June
Oh,
18th.
I guess you better put that on the vacation schedule.
Why?
It's at night?
It's 6 to 10. I'll be
Yeah.
home by 11.
Okay.
You know.
Gotcha.
I can manage.
Yeah, it's the carnival, dude.
Then the 21st, we're doing the Smokehouse. Then the 27th, we're doing the 5-4 in Levittown. And then the 28th, we're doing Free Will Brewing.
Hello,
With
Patricia.
which is interesting. Free Will Brewing, we're going to have Bob and a guest female vocalist stepping in to help out. So that'll be interesting, and I'll give more information about that as time goes by. So
Comes by.
it comes into play.
Yeah.
So lots of stuff. That's a lot of shows for 1 month for a band that doesn't play full time, right? I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. Everybody's got full.
You've been very busy lately.
Yeah, up until this month. This month is just 3 shows. That was 4, right?
Well, that's because you had M3 in the middle of everything,
Well, yeah, it would
right?
have taken up. Normally, it would have taken up 4 days of my life, but
we won't go over
I mean, I
that
should still
again.
be hungover.
Ah,
It's true.
I mean, it's not a lie.
yeah.
Oh, it's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad.
It just makes me want to scream.
Oh.
I knew a guy when I was at school did that when Villanova won the basketball champ.
You brought a
NCAA
goat?
No, he went. He was telling me like, my mom and I, we drove to Villanova,
Patricia Phillips
we
in the
just-
house.
drove by, and we rolled in the windows, just screamed. And I'm like, and I at the time I said to him like, "How gay are you?" And he's like, "Shut up." Nay,
I'm
nay, nay.
screaming gay.
No,
With
he-
my mom in the car.
He was. He is.
Yeah.
and
Who
that's fine. I don't really give a rat's ass.
John Michael wants to know who you are.
Who her
who
is?
Yeah, he's like, he goes, I like the new host.
Oh, I'm a nobody.
Well, John, if
We
you
needed someone who wasn't fugly. Okay.
if you could hook us
nobody.
up with a gig in Bethlehem, that'd be great. We'd love to come up there.
No, just follow the star, dude.
He's talking about old school.
I clean the studio. That's who I am.
You are the studio cleaner.
That's
yes.
who I am.
Sorry about all that spilled beer.
Right.
It's always because of Jim.
Yeah, I just shake it every time I come down. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
'cause it's it's funny. Every time that's ever happened, you were inconvenienced. I had a groin full of it. Like I would sit here and
Well, at least your groin's not on camera.
no, I would cross my legs and try and catch it.
My
and I would
groin's
just
on
sit
camera
there
occasionally,
and
but that's
soak-
a different venue.
Yeah, that's
That
your
is
my
a
fans
whole
page.
different
Yeah, it would
video.
Soak, it would soak in my underwear, man.
That's a different broadcast.
Yes. And people pay for that.
Oh boy, he's back.
Oh, boy,
the
this
boy's
cat.
back.
What the hell? Feed that
He's
poor thing.
he's already had his snack tonight, but mommy's been away. I was away for far too long.
Oh, pardon me.
By the way, I
So
took your.
he's-
Yeah,
I remember once.
Nance was down Virginia
I was in Virginia.
Oh.
for a
I
while.
was about an hour northeast of Columbia where M3 was, but
We had a brief
You probably had more-
reconciliation.
You probably had
for-
more time down there than he did.
We had a brief reconciliation
did.
for Thursday night. Correct?
hmm
And then I
Yes.
was gone.
Reconciliation?
reconciliation. I'm not sure
mathematically,
about
or
that
you
because
guys
I'm
were-
not sure that we had
Okay.
an out.
Not an
Like,
out, but
Yeah.
I don't know,
A rendezvous?
rendezvous. Yes.
Yeah. So
All those R words are
yeah,
confusing.
I came back home and then
Ships
he left.
passing in the night.
And then the next morning, he was like, "Oh, I think I'm coming home," and I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah, she's like, I need some
Why?
private.
Why? Why are you
I
coming
thought
home?
I was gonna have the whole king size bed the
Christ,
entire
take your shit and
weekend
get
with
out of the
no
house.
snoring.
She had the strippers coming in.
I thought I was getting.
I was
Yeah.
wondering where all those
whole
Chippendales
bed.
were running down the
I
street.
even did I did something different for breakfast. They had a waffle station.
Yeah, he made his own food.
I do not eat.
That never
I
happens.
don't eat sweets.
You fucking whore.
He never makes his
I
own
do not
food.
eat sweets
He does not
for
make
breakfast.
his own
I
food.
normally have, when I'm on vacation, I always have like
I want
eggs and
eggs. I
bacon
want
and hash
protein,
browns.
yeah.
Yeah. I decided, you know what? Today I'm going to do something different, and this is where it all went.
I'm going to
wrong.
be a man and have a Belgian waffle.
I'm going to pour myself my
I'm
own
going to
Belgian
make
waffle.
my own breakfast.
You're so mean.
That is in itself is a wild concept.
Wait, this was a bar, like a breakfast, like a waffle
The
bar?
breakfast bar, yeah.
What?
They didn't make shit. He assembled stuff.
No, I had to pour the batter in myself and flip the thing.
He did. He had to learn to operate
I did.
the machine.
It was a whole thing.
Oh my God, you okay?
It was beeping because I didn't flip it fast enough.
Oh,
It was delicious, and I was very,
been a fly
very
on the wall.
happy. I was very happy with
He
this.
was happy, so happy that I bought waffles for us to have over the weekend because
It
I
was
was
very
like,
exciting.
let's keep
Is
this
that why
going.
you guys? Is that why you guys had to get back together? Because you had like an argument over Eggos or
No.
something?
Oh,
not
the
at
egg,
all.
no, that was the last time.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
actually, that's I don't know
I never understood
why
that
his choice
commercial.
of words were.
I have
reconciliation.
literally never fought with my siblings over a waffle.
no,
No, there's-
I haven't
yeah.
either.
I would just be like, take the fucking thing. I'll have another one. It's fine.
Right.
Lego Mago.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Just I'm not gonna fight you over. It's like I never understood pinatas.
No.
No, we had one in school the first time, and this was back in like probably the 70s. So
Of
it was
course,
like
it was the 70s.
Pinatas were like this amazing thing.
This
that's never-
rave.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
we didn't. I've never.
Oh,
I,
Tootsie Rolls, great. That's what I
I,
wanted.
never, I don't think I even had a taco at that point because they were like rare. But I remember like we're sitting there and like kids are wailing on it, and then it broke, and everybody dies on the floor. And I'm just sitting there with my
And
hands.
your knees were bad back then, right?
No, but I'm sitting there with my hands.
You didn't know that sometimes they put $100 bills in there.
No, I was just sitting there with my hands in my pocket, and the teacher's like, "Are you gonna get candy?" And I'm like, "I'm not gonna crawl on the floor and debase myself." I think it was like,
Said the third grader
this was
Jim.
like, yeah, I think it was like third grade.
I'm
like,
not going to
yeah,
debase
I'm
myself.
not going to crawl on the floor for candy.
Let me straighten
What are
my
we?
bow tie.
Are we savages? So I reached down, picked up like
Franklin,
one
what
piece
is
of
your
something,
deal?
and just like put it in my pocket. I'm like,
Meanwhile,
This
Franklin's
boy
like, I lick my ass.
This boy is so
I would
unhappy
too if I could
tonight.
reach it, but it's a
He
little
is
far.
very unhappy tonight. Oh my goodness.
Franklin, what's the problem?
Ah, he's so needy.
He looks a little freaked out. His hair's all fluffed.
Well, he's freaked out because I was away for a few days.
She was gone for a while.
But Daddy did take good care of them.
I did.
Yeah. That's all good. Yeah, a lot got accomplished last week. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, Frank.
Yeah, he's gone. That was a good one.
That's like my mother. She used to do it. She used to actually pronounce her sneezes.
Pronounce them?
And she'd be, ah, and like scream.
I said, let you.
That's what he does.
And I'm
He
like,
screams.
what
And I
the
said, do you do
actual
it that
fuck?
at work? Like at the workplace? Do you-
Sometimes.
like how loud your sneeze is?
Why not?
Yeah.
I don't
If you're
understand.
going to do it,
You shouldn't pronounce
I
the
try to
fucking
hold
word.
mine.
Well,
It's onomatopoeia. It really doesn't sound like achoo. But that's what
Achoo.
my mother would do.
Chew.
she enjoyed it.
It would go on for a while. Like people in Berkeley would be like, did we just have an earthquake?
Hmm.
The fuck just happened?
just don't do it again.
Ugh,
Yeah.
can't do
Is it what? Why are you doing that?
Rubbing my hands together.
I was like, is there something coming up? Like, are you about
I
to
got nothing.
announce something?
No, we have
like,
15
what's
minutes
happening?
left.
He was
And,
trying to be evil and he didn't know how to do it right.
Yeah. Oh, so have you started costumes for
Oh, yeah.
Halloween?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to get to it last week when I was on vacation. I wanted to like at least have a day where I could work on it. And then I did a little work and then I'm like, fuck, I don't have all the stuff. I had to order something. It just came yesterday. So this weekend I'm going to try to get some. It's going to be pretty simplistic this year. Last year.
Yeah?
Well, last year I made samurai armor, man. I had to like weave
It's always
shit.
elaborate.
It's a pain in the
You're
ass.
going to change your mind.
No, I'm not.
No.
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 I went a little crazy because
Okay.
the costume I'm doing has a helmet, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. I never wear the fucking helmet. It's too hot. All right,
It's.
I'll make that.
I hope we have good weather again this year. It was a really. the
Well,
last 2 years were pleasant.
See,
Last year
the
sucked.
odds are against us.
Why?
Just
Because I said it?
Yep.
Oh.
Last year was horrible, man. It was too hot. I was.
Oh,
I was sweating
love
like a
it.
pig in that
like
shit.
the weather when I get up in the morning and leave so early, and it's warm out. I love this time of year.
I'm
it's
gonna-
just so nice
If it
to
does
not
that
put a
again,
coat
I'm
on.
putting one of these in my back.
Oh yeah.
And then when that melts, I'm going to put another one in. I'm going to get like 10 of them and just keep swapping them.
You're like
There
a
you go.
fairy.
It's too hot, man. It's just in that shit. Like last year and all that armor I was wearing. Like
Yeah.
people were coming up to me and one of our neighbors was like, "Wow, you really are hot." I'm like, "Whoa, what gave it away? All the fucking liquid falling out of my face?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
yeah, it's fucking 80 degrees.
You have to drink more, I guess.
No, that just makes it go out.
So Paul was saying he thinks it's on a Friday this year.
I think it is.
Might possibly
Then
be.
yeah, because last year we took off the entire week, and
It
so
is on a Friday.
we're not gonna do that this year. I think we're just gonna maybe do Thursday. Maybe we'll do Thursday, Monday, Thursday, Friday, Monday.
I'm gonna take it off anyway.
I don't know.
Well, I'm playing in between there
oh,
Saturday or something.
okay.
So yeah, it would be necessary to get an extra day in.
We have a
Yeah.
big trade show every the week before Halloween every year. And last year, my boss was like, we had a meeting, him and I, and he's like,
Him and I.
so I was gonna send you down to New Orleans this year, but I know it's around Halloween and you wouldn't go. I'm like, damn right I wouldn't. Go.
Right, right.
It's like I would
Yeah.
love to go down there, but I'm not doing it on Halloween week. Fucking change it.
Yeah.
It's the stupidest time.
I'm lucky because my owner he's super into Halloween. So I take off. Well, Mike Calamia will have off.
Yeah, half the office.
Then
will be-
I will, and actually our finance manager, she says every year, we should just shut down the business on Halloween because nobody's here. That's right. Because it's an important holiday.
Yeah.
Go have fun.
The world's moved on, man. We don't have much of a. I'm hoping this year we don't have a mischief night. I
No,
was trying to explain to
we
Kate.
haven't had a mischief night.
Yeah.
Well, Jim might have one.
Oh, I will
Yeah.
fucking shoot somebody. But like when I was a kid, it used to be bad, like really bad.
We
shit
were
used to
bad.
go-
I mean, well, we used to soap windows.
Yeah,
and,
I
like,
didn't do
throw
any of
toilet
Did you,
paper.
Nancy? You were involved in
Yes.
such behavior?
Yes, but since my entire family was in the
So you
neighborhood,
soaked your own family's
I had
windows.
to. Yeah, we were ended up cleaning it.
You
up
did it just because you
anyway.
wanted to clean something, didn't you?
Yeah, probably.
She's a
'cause
cleaner.
I'm sick that way. I took the entire week off to clean.
See, I wasn't even let out of
House.
the house on mischief night.
Oh, I used to sit
No?
up on. I sat up on the roof with
we did.
like a pellet gun a couple of times. Like it used to get crazy. Like I remember one night I was out, kids like toilet papered a tree, and then they set the toilet paper on fire.
Oh,
Smart.
that's terrible.
So like I called my dad. He came out and he's like,
You sons of a bitches! Do you know my son Jim?
No, well, it took a while to get him out. He's like, why do I care? Is it our tree? I'm like, no. But he eventually came out and it went out on its own. And he's like, why are you bothering me? The football game.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, I didn't mean to bug you.
Yeah. No. And my grandmother always made like candy apples and everything. And in our neighborhood, it was mostly family.
You can't be doing candy
so
apples.
you can when you
When you
know
live in the
everybody.
backwoods.
Everybody was related in some way and or
A little bit of
you
inbreeding.
know the neighbors so well, it's like family. So no, she would make candy apples and fresh candies and just wrap them in cellophane, and it was okay to eat it because you knew where it
Not
came
where
from.
I grew up.
I used to
Yeah.
get pissed. It would be like somebody give you an apple, and it's like, the fuck am I doing with this?
My mother took all
know
those
there's a razor
and
blade in
she would
Oh.
throw everything away.
No.
Or you'd get like a popcorn ball they made. I'm like,
Yeah, my grandmother made popcorn balls
Oh,
too.
she was one of
I
them.
appreciate the
Yeah.
effort, but fuck you. I can't eat this. My
Oh
parents are
no,
never
we
gonna
were
let me have it.
allowed to eat the food.
I remember the first time we trick or treated around here after we moved in. We went down on one of the streets and we went to this one house and the lady gave Caitlin a nickel. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I felt really bad later.
This is where Nancy grew up.
Ah,
Nothing wrong with it either. Wholesome. You can eat the Halloween candy without inspecting it for razor blades and pins.
That's where she grew up.
Florida man.
No, I didn't.
She wasn't in Florida,
No.
but she might as well have been.
No, and now we're back.
And now we're back.
And now we're back.
And now it's cosmopolitan.
yeah. That's what happens.
Yes, it's changed.
That's
a
what
bit.
cracks me up when people are like, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna retire in Florida. I'm like, why?
Why?
Although-
Margaritaville.
There are no hills,
Yeah.
but there are hillbillies. Like, oh my God, no. Like I said, like that's the only place I've ever had a gun pointed at me when some guy wanted to do me. I'm like,
But you were an
Oh,
attractive child.
I
Jim.
mean, just tell me I'm pretty. That's fine. I'll say thank you and leave, but don't you have to shoot me, Christ.
Guess how many boobs I saw today?
I'll give it away for free.
No. I think I was 12 years old and I was like, well, I'm gonna die today.
My goodness.
I'm not doing
Added
this.
to the list. Added to
It was
the
already
stories.
on there. It was on there.
Just imagine his therapist.
Yeah.
I don't do therapy.
See?
See, that's the problem.
Too many things.
No, so what show were we watching last night?
Andor?
No, not
No?
Andor. What's the other one?
Oh, Last of Us.
The Last of Us. Do you watch that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Are you in the final season and all caught up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I caught up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the ones we watched. Andor, like I was saying, I was watching that today because work was kind of dead, so I just had that on and watched that. Every once in a while, I'd have to do something like, motherfucker, aren't fine. Something's just about to fucking happen.
So my boss is watching all of the seasons of Survivor.
Why?
And he's on
Why?
like season 32 now.
Ugh.
And so I was in his office today. and he
32?
was like-
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have double seasons.
Yeah, so
Fucking horrible,
He
man.
we were watching clips of Survivor because he watches it as he's programming and doing stuff. So he was
I
showing me some
remember-
people.
I'm a psycho.
That came out. I was a TV guide when that started up,
I like this show.
and a woman that I worked with was like, "I'm gonna try out for the show." I'm like, "What show?" She goes, "Survivor." I'm like, "What's that?" And we didn't have like a description of what it was. So I'm thinking like you go out, they put you in some weird place, and you literally have to like in the morning
Like
tow a-
Survivor, man.
Yeah, like tow a line. You know,
They
actually-
have ones like that.
and
but
that's what I thought. I
not
didn't think it was gonna be
Survivor,
fucking
yeah.
high school with a bunch of douchebags.
Right.
You know, it's just like, oh, are you popular enough
I
to make it to the
really,
next one?
I like all the shows that have like competitions. I love the competition part of that. I like Amazing Race to watch people like, you know,
I
try to
actually-
get an advantage.
I
and-
wanted to do a show like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something where like you get on like a TV station or like a network. The show starts and it's like, okay, and every night or not every night, but every week they'd show a picture of you. This is what he looks like. And you would have to get from like say New York City to LA without anyone catching you.
The Cannonball Run, but with
Oh.
No. With people would have like they would just if anybody in the country caught you,
Like saw you on camera.
like actually
Identified you.
and brought people in and they caught you.
Oh, I got you.
You lose and they win. And then I think weirdly
That's
enough,
cool concept.
like Matt
maybe.
Damon and his partner, they came up with something like that, but it had all kinds of legal issues, like because you'd be like walking through like Oklahoma and someone would just fucking shoot you. Be like, I got the motherfucker. You know,
Yeah.
and it just wouldn't be.
That's a little crazy.
But yeah, I thought that would be because I always wanted to do it with my friends. I said, let's do this thing like where we, like,
if the United States were an Oreo cookie, Jim would hate the cream filling.
yeah, because they're idiots. But like I was talking to my friends. I'm like, let's do this thing. Like, what you guys all start at like Washington's headquarters, everybody, and I'll start at the visitor center on the other side of the park, and I have to get to the observation tower on the top of Mount Joy, and you guys have to catch me.
Which isn't there anymore.
No, it's not there anymore, but at the time it was. You know, something like that. I thought that'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently there's a lot of legal issues with that because you can't
Like, have you ever watched Ninja Warriors where they do the have you ever watched Wipeout?
Yeah, I always wanted to do that.
Wipeout
Yeah.
is so funny. Oh my god.
I was the guy. I used to be the
Have
guy.
you watched it?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh,
I was
my
the idiot
gosh,
that would go to
it's
the.
so
I'd be at
funny.
a carnival, and you have that like rope ladder that goes up.
Yeah.
And you have to like
Yeah.
hit the buzzer, ring the bell, whatever.
Yeah.
And I would get on that, and I would always get right to the end.
And then you let go, and then you ring the bell, and you
I would
flip,
never ring the fucking bell. I would just be about reaching that and
just
flip,
flip
the fucking
over.
bell. Fuck.
Yeah.
I suck. I hate.
Oh my gosh, the first time I saw Wipeout, it was so hilarious. People
Every once in a
bounce and
while,
all
though,
this
I look
stuff.
at that and I'm like, that had to hurt.
It has to hurt. Yeah.
I don't care how much padding is in that. shit.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
And then you're constantly getting thrown in the water and you have to get back out and start all over again.
Like
He
we-
doesn't like stuff like this. He hates any kind of competition thing like that where, yeah.
I like
he is
gladiatorial
not
shit
into
where
it.
it's like real. Like we used to, Upper Merion used to put all their football pads in this rover by the pool outside. So we would go over and they had shields. Like it was like a real shield. You put it on your arm, it was padded, and it was like a tackling shield. But we would get them and do all kinds of fucked up things with. Like we would like have that and hit each other with sticks and broom handles and stuff. Or we would just like put them on and like run at each other and crash into each other. One night, a friend and I, we took a Frisbee and we took a bunch of light sticks and we broke them open and poured the stuff out.
Oh, wow.
And then we coated the Frisbee with it, and we were playing like Tron in the street with these things.
Oh, my
Like
God.
throwing a Frisbee that was all glow. And every time it hit the shield, it would explode. to
Oh,
blow
my
stuff.
God. I love the videos where people dress up in like the dinosaur costumes and they go at each other. They're falling in the ground.
I've wanted to
and
do
they
that
can't
for
get back
years
up.
here. Yeah.
And you know people are wetting themselves. They're laughing so hard, you know.
I want to do that here, just to sit outside.
Wet
And
yourself?
then just yeah, oh yeah. It's very freeing. But like just chase somebody. I remember the one time I tried to do a costume and it got all fucked up. So I wound up putting like all this like black like cheesecloth over me. And then I took that stuff you wrap pipes in. And it's like 3 foot
like
lengths.
the noodles.
Yeah, and I put it
Yeah.
on my fingers.
Pool noodles.
So all my hands had like these noodles, and I was like, and I blacked out my eyes, and I had this weird mask on, and I'm like, yeah. And these two high school girls came to the house, and they're like, look at you. So we gave them candy, and they came down to your house, and I was bored, so I wandered down, and I stood. They were on your front door, like knocking, and I stood behind them, like. And they turned around, screamed, and ran away. And I chased them down the street for like 100 yards. And at about 90 yards, I'm just like, I think this is a crime.
Yeah, I think I'm not supposed to chase teenage girls like this.
I think this is bad.
with
I
long
shouldn't do
fingers.
it. Yeah, it was just kind of creepy. Yeah. All that went through my head eventually. and I
Yeah,
went,
yeah.
This might look bad.
Yeah, that's all fun stuff though. Like, yeah.
So I did get a notification today. Instinct was accepted to America's Next Top Hitmaker, some kind of contest.
Nice.
Voting begins in the next week or so, or something like that. And
Are you gonna post it?
Here's the link
people
around.
yeah,
Awesome.
once I get all the other information, but it says, "Will your favorite
Oh,
artists
Mimi's
perform
back.
at the Global Citizen
Come
Festival?"
here, Mimi.
And I had to answer a questionnaire today, and they asked me all this stuff. But the person
Do
that
you
put it
worship
together
Satan? Yes.
sent me a text and said, "You've been accepted."
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Well, remind us next week
Yeah, so we'll
when
see
it
what's what.
starts up.
Start
So-
that.
Oh, I'm
Good for Instinct
okay.
after 40 years or whatever
All
it's been.
right, it's 9:00.
Yep.
It's time to go.
It's okay, buddy. Mama
All right,
will
so
hold
right
ya.
now, if you really want to keep going with this kind of stuff or something even better, yeah, don't do that. Check out MoncoRadio.com and check out the Cat Call. My daughter's
Yeah.
show is on right now. It's pretty cool, and she plays a lot of really good music. And yeah, check it out. MoncoRadio.com.
All right.
Thanks again to the Kibitz Room.
Yeah, check that out.
Yeah, check it out. Go to the pickle bar. It's so good.
The best pickle bar I've ever been to.
It's so delicious.
I have a jar of pickles at home, and what really pisses me
No.
off is my hand doesn't fit in the jar.
Use a fork.
So I have to, it's really a tall jar. I have to use like a chopstick, and then I'm like, by the time I get it, I'm like, I don't even want the fucking thing now. Bored.
Just drink all the juice out or something.
Yeah, I'm not Jen. I'm not doing that. Jesus Christ, that's gross. Yeah, give me some. Let me drink a whole bunch of salt and vinegar. My mother used to do that.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
It's good for you.
Where are you now? Dead.
Right.
Yeah.
All All right. Well,
My goodness.
until next week.
Yeah. We'll.
Adios.
Yeah. Have a good week.
So
Cheers.
loud. Yep. See you next time. Take care. Good night.